evening, this is Melissa with thestockswoosh.com, and tonight I am here to do a follow-up on SPLS. This was a day trade that I took a couple of days ago. Actually, it was back on the 15th, and it was an intraday professional bearish gap. Now, if you remember from my video on this, I talked about it. It failed the first entry. The second entry set up. It was a beautiful play, went all the way down here, turned red on the day, then bounced up, but there was still a nice move in it with a great entry, and you could have made good money in it. And I did well in it. However, that being said, it didn't actually hold its redness on the day and go down solid. The reason being is it just didn't. I mean, sometimes they just don't, and there's just no reason for it, but it doesn't negate the gap. Okay, this gap is still a real professional bearish gap that is making this trend continue down, period. So when this ended this way, I had a gut feeling that it was going to hold this high, which is 1163. Okay, and that was a number. That was a number on my sheet when I looked at this that day that I took it, which is why I took the second entry I did. I did a video on that back that week. You can go back and refer to that video. But I wanted to do some follow-up tonight because look at the nice continuation that this had. It did continue. Just like I said, this is a professional bearish gap. You're rated on the 26-point rating system for my golden gap system. It was correct for the direction of the stock, which is continuing down. Even though sometimes they don't work right on the day the way you want them to. Most of the times they do. Sometimes they don't work perfectly the way that you want them to. However, this still had a nice move in it, still had a nice play. It didn't end up working as well as I wanted it to in the day that it gapped, but it still had the follow-through and continuation, which, again, I've talked about this before. This whole strategy that I do can be played for the core positions, for swing trades or longer hold trades. So a couple of days or, a couple of months. But the bottom line is the direction was down. It's continuing down. And you could have entered this as a swing trade on the day that it gapped at the same entry that you could have entered it for the actual intraday trade. So you could have taken a certain size on the intraday trade, taken a piece off when it was down here, making its move on the day when I booked my full position, but you could have kept a piece up here, and then you could have followed it down. And look, it never went over this 1163. The next day it did this 1149, and when you know it held. 1146 held beautifully. Did a nice daily sell set up here. This is just beautiful, and it's gone under this $10.99, $11 area that it couldn't get under that day that it was gapping. Now, where's the target on this? Well, the first target. Actually, I didn't have the whole chart here. Here was the whole move here. The first target is actually. We didn't get under the first target. We got pretty darn close. So I'd have to say that first target is 1048. We didn't get all the way down there, and now we're rallying a little bit. This isn't a problem. This isn't doing anything wrong here. Okay, 1048. This went down to 1057. So this is the day it gapped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9. 9 days it continued down then after that gap. Even though it didn't work the way we wanted it to, with a huge, nice, red, solid, beautiful bar, we got a nice move, but 9 days down after that in a swing trade. See how nice I set up? Beautiful trade. So it's 10 cents away from the first target. You got to take it. Okay, you got to take it when it opens in this next day here. It doesn't continue. It's not doing anything wrong. You can stay in it if you want to. Next target after that's probably $10. Anyways, I just wanted to go over and do a little follow-up here because this is a beautiful trade. It's a beautiful trade. It was a nice core trade, nice swing trade, and the entry was this day for what it did here. You could have entered way back here. We're not going to go over that tonight. This has been going for some time. However, if you wanted to take a new position in this swing for a short period of time or even a longer move down, here it is. And this is Melissa with thestockswoosh.com. If you have any questions on this, please email me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. I'd love to hear from you, and have a good night.